Hi, so we're changing things a little bit from last week. The critical thinking and the previous assignments you've been doing in 2 weeks. This one is going to be a little bit of a longer paper and you're going to do it in 3 weeks. So as it says, during the next 3 lessons, you'll write a 2 to 3 page persuasive essay in which you identify a problem and propose a solution or take a stance on the controversial issue. In this paper, you must first convince your reader that the issue is truly a matter of concern. You're going to talk about why it's an issue or a problem that people should address. If you're proposing a solution to the problem, you must sell your solution as the best possible solution. And if you simply take a stand on the issue, you must provide clear reasons and examples to support your position. And it's not a paper that you have to do formal research for or include secondary sources, which you can. If you are going to make sure that you cite those. And they have some in here. They kind of talk about quotations. They don't talk too much about citing except for using the person's name. I would like you to do a little bit more and provide either the full web address where you got information or more information that you would probably provide MLA, so it's easy for other people to check that. And again, you'll remember here that it's still going to be it's still going to have a length of 2 to 3 pages. And again, well, these are the formattings. I'd like you to try also to do those MLA headers. Citing you can do if you would like to as well, so that you get used to doing some kind of style. So it'll make it a little bit easier when you go to the next one. So the outline here, right, there are some examples here of essays and the grading criteria, but here's some things that I would point out on the outline. And you'll notice we want you to pick a topic, again, that's not necessarily something huge or big, and it should matter to you. And while you can care about those political topics and you can do something like that, we want you to pick a part of that that's manageable, right? So you can't do all of global warming. You can't do all of something that's that big, but you can pick a part of it and address it. Or if it is something that is going on in your area, right? So if you want to talk about gun control, again, pick either a part of it or anchor it by talking about how it affects your specific area. So here's an example of explanatory outline, and it's not just bullet points. It should be full sentences, and it should also have some awareness of what you're doing, right? So it has, usually we'll start with the thesis. You can use letters or you can do bullet points, and then you're going to do something similar to this. So the City of Lubbock should pave alleyways to prevent injury to ordinance workers and patrons. So as you can see, this is something local that affects this person that they care about. And you'll notice there's lots of language like I will, this is what I'm going to do. I want to do this point and then that point in the language. So I will start my introduction with a question asking the audience, right? I'm going to talk about, I will then explain, I will end my introduction with my thesis, and then they go into, I will start with the problem. Usually you're going to start out with proving it's a problem or a situation that we should talk about. And then you might be going into different aspects of that. You might go into solutions and why yours is the best, or different points that you have, and something about the conclusion. So, and then if you are going to bring in quotes, you might want to make sure that you keep where you got that quote from, the whole web address. You can do a works cited, or just make sure that you have enough information so that it will make sense. So keep those things in mind as you're putting together your outline. There's also, again, example on my notes if you want to look at that. Some examples of what an outline, an explanatory outline would look like, because that's a little bit different. And let me know if you have any questions.